guess we're ready. So I call the meeting to order at 7:03 p.m. And we'll do a roll call. Pat Rissmeyer here.
Joanne Dotting here.
Crystal Jackson.
Great. Thank you.
9.
I do have something to say as far as the minutes. So I did look online to see if the minutes were posted for August so I can do the minutes, and they have not. The video for Hadley Media for August was not put up yet. So we cannot approve the minutes for August. We're going to have to table it to September.
Oh,
To October, sorry.
yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all right.
We could ask Alex about that.
Yeah.
Well, I
all right.
reached out to Nick several times. He said he's going to put it up, but the meeting is now, so we don't have them.
Okay. That's all right.
Okay.
Okay. Opening reflections.
I have an opening reflection about this override and everything. I know a lot of people are half and half. I just want to say that I hope, the town and everyone in it makes the right decision, not just to benefit themselves, but to benefit the town. It is a hard decision to make. There's a lot going on, and a lot of things can happen. So I just want everybody to just try to be calm about it and not upset and at an emotional state where it can cause friction.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Pat.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I occasionally talk to a neighbor who has many different views than I have, but we always end up talking about the things we have in common. And I think in things like that, it's really important. We all have family. We all have, we live in the same town. And I appreciate this individual is happy to engage when there's in this particular, none of us actually said how we were going to vote in our conversation, but it by the conversation, it kind of felt like we were going to each vote differently. But we end up talking about things we have in common, and then every time we part, he says, "You keep on smiling," and then he gives a big grin. And I just thought about how that may be little, but it's not. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of an expression a friend of mine, a work colleague, used to say, we can agree to disagree without being disagreeable.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah.
Well, and I would just add to that, and this is just my personal reflection, that I really respect the hard work of people elected to office in Hadley and people who have been hired to run complex departments. And I think we have a wonderful town with many assets and many committed people. Both people who are employed and people who live here.
Yeah.
And I just hope that we can get through this and come up with a decision that fits our community. And to continue to excel as a community like we have in the past.
Right. Come together as one and not let this separate us. Also, I am working on a committee with Vesta. I think I mentioned it in the last meeting. The seniors living in Vesta, their rent is being raised up to 50%.
Right.
They're given 1 month's notice. These are seniors and the elder and disabled that are living on a fixed income. So it's very scary for them. They feel very alone, and they do not know what the next step is going to be. There has already been an eviction started because someone was in the hospital and was unable to pay the rent on time. And he came home, and a tenant said, well, he's in the hospital, he cannot pay the rent right now, but he can definitely pay it when he comes out the hospital in a week, which would have only been a few days after the due date. And they told him, no, even if you pay the rent, you're going to get evicted. There was another person who I heard, she was elderly, she was evicted. And what's happening now is they're providing paperwork to seniors saying if you do not sign a new lease, you will then have to pay the market rent, $1,500 just about, or you can leave. And also, we found out that this company is under an umbrella, and the top company is an investment firm, and they purchased these buildings for 3 to 7 years. They raise the rent, they raise the quality, they do not fix anything because, as you know, a couple of years ago, it was a flooding in the Vesta apartment building for the elderly, and they were displaced. And once they get to that amount, they sell the building to someone else. So this is not something that's helping the seniors. It's not it's not beneficial to the seniors, and it's something that a few of us have definitely made ground in. We were supposed to have a meeting with Senator Comerford and Representative Gomez tomorrow with the group that owns the building, well, runs the building, but that date was changed. Last night, we had a meeting, and it was a wonderful person who works with the lawyer that we have spoken to help the seniors. And we're coming up with something to bring to the table to help the seniors so that they do not have to get evicted and they do not have to worry about paying this rent in such a short amount of time. So it's really sad to see the scuffle and the worry and the anxiety because a lot of these seniors in their 80s, they have no family. They have no one to fight for. So when you're being told you pay this or you get out, that's their alternative. They have nowhere else to go. They do not know the process or the rules. So, having that information pushed upon you, including the medication you take and losing a spouse and so forth, that's a lot. It really is. And it's very heart wrenching to see and know that our seniors are being treated like this. So we're trying our best to get as many people as we can to join because when we face them, numbers speak in volume. So we're trying to get as many people. There's a lot of tenants who are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to sign any papers because they do not want to be targeted. So they just stay and they don't say anything. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's what I'm working on as well. And it's a lot of emotional pull and tug going on.
Will there be a new date scheduled for the meeting, Crystal?
Well, so far, someone has said that it's October 10th. I'm going to reach out again because someone said that by word of mouth at the senior home in Vesta, they said it was canceled. But I reached out to Comerford's office myself and I spoke with someone, and they did say it is canceled for tomorrow and that they would tell me and keep me in a loop of when the next date is. And then I get an email from a person in our group, and she says it's October 10th. So I'm going to reach back out to Comerford just to confirm that that is the date, because we have another meeting next week and we're going to try to pull some leeway and provide some sort of not a resolution, but comfort in knowing that we're fighting for a resolution. And hopefully we'll have a date next week when we can meet with those two. And the meetings are Wednesdays at the senior center, Wednesday at the building 30 in Vesta, 6 p.m. 5:30 p.m.
5:30 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
It usually lasts for about an hour. And then, people sit around and talk, but you can always leave. You don't have to stay. There's a few of us. Mark's part of it. Michelle, Deborah. There's a few of us that were there, and the woman Katie, she was part of the East Hampton project where she fought with them, and they were able to get the rent reduced. So she's a very good person to have joined the team.
Great. Well, thank you, Crystal.
Thanks,
Sure.
Bill.
Appreciate all the good work you do too, and all the support of our seniors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's something that I think a lot of people overlook because they don't see themselves in that situation because either they have family or they have a house right now and they're healthy. Now, what happens when you get older, you don't have a spouse anymore, your children are gone, and you're not so healthy. You can't downsize. You cannot sell your house to get a reasonable price for it so you can move somewhere comfortably. And then the senior housing we have, the two buildings, they're trying to raise the rent and get rid of the seniors. So it's really, that's why this Econo Lodge project is good, because I'm hoping a large amount of seniors can finally find a place to settle down in. Sell your home, and now you're in an apartment, but now you have a savings. And I think that's important. A person works all of their life. They're on this earth for how many years? They've seen so much. And to be treated this way at the end of your days is not something that I am accepting, and it's not something that I think is fair.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
And and that takes a lot of heart, as to hear people's stories of the pain and the worry. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really is. Yeah. And that's why I'm not here today, because I just need to kind of I'm coming up with a letter to write and so forth. So, I'm not my happy-go-lucky self today. So
Okay.
that's why I asked for someone else to run the meeting.
It's okay.
You still see it though. You still see that energy and smile, Crystal.
I
Thank
do.
you. I appreciate it. I'm trying. There's a lot going on, but
Yeah.
if you don't have battles in your life and you don't have trials and tribulations, then how are you going to learn to be strong? How are you going to learn to fight through certain situations if you've never experienced it before? So little trials and tribulations strengthen you for a much bigger issue. So anything that comes your way, you accept it, you deal with it, and just know that it's not going to be there forever. It's not going to last forever.
Well said.
That is very well said.
Thank you, people. Thank you, people.
So I think we're going to skip item 4, recording clerk's report.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
We go to old business number 5. We discussed this last meeting, to honor Indigenous Peoples Day at the Senior Center. We're sponsoring the film Fry Bread, Face and Me on October 10th at 12:30. And the question on the agenda is, who will be present from our committee? And will we provide refreshments? It is October 10th. It is at 12:30, and that is the film. And I think it will be received very well, the film. And I will be present, and I will bring some refreshments. If anyone
Thank
would like to join me in either one of those things, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that.
And as I do frequently, I just want to recognize our wonderful partnership with the Hadley Council on Aging, the Senior Center, and
Yeah.
Violet in particular. She's just the very best partner. And I think we really enjoy working with her and offering these films, these
Oh, yeah.
thematic films to honor holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very open to any ideas, which is excellent.
She is wonderful.
hmm I did want to talk about the Irish Christmas thing. I forgot to tell.
Well, I think that will be on the open agenda.
Right. That would be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You see, my mind.
It's okay.
Okay, let's move on.
To do business, guests for future meetings, number 6.
So I remember telling you guys earlier this year when I went to Boston for the Cultural Council and I met with the representative for the diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I said I would try to reach out to him for him to come. And I left messages at the office and I would really like him to come. He's a representative and he can really tell us where this whole inclusion thing is going. There's no more DEI. However, I'm quite sure that he may have information on what we can do, where we can go. His name, I can look it up for you if anyone wanted to try. House reps. Diversity. Should have had his name, but
That's all right.
I didn't. Well, it's a lot to go through. I have his name written down and I'm not at home, so I don't have it with me. But I can definitely, next month, we can talk about it because I am going to try to reach out to him and see if he can come whenever he can come. A lot of guests that I would like to come from town are really busy now. So I don't think there's anyone from town that can probably come unless anyone else has an idea. I would have asked Mike, but he's doing a lot.
Mhm.
And, you know, I want someone to come and give us some type of information. And I was invited to the Jedi conference at UMass. It was about a lot of diversity and inclusion information, but unfortunately I could not make it, so I didn't go, but it is recorded. So I can also talk about that next meeting by looking at the recordings and bringing that to the meeting as well.
Okay. In this conversation, your suggestion makes me think of other CDEI committees in towns. Other option for a guest at our meeting to look at other towns and see if they have a DEI committee and invite a conversation on the kinds of activities that they engage in.
Right. That'll be great. I do have the person who does the at the Porter Phelps Museum every
Yes.
year. I can reach out to her and see if she would like to come and speak.
That's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. They've
Yeah.
done some good stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we've gone to some, that's a
Yeah.
great idea, Crystal.
Yeah, I can reach out to her and see if she's able to attend and speak about the journey and the emotional connection and how she feels about the whole slavery thing and how she came about setting that up. And
Mhm.
Mass Humanities, I do have someone I can speak with at Mass Humanities as well and see if they would be able to provide us with any resources.
Okay. Yeah, I think the I always forget the full name. Huntington Phelps.
Phelps Huntington.
Yeah, the director there. I think that would be a good next invitation, Crystal.
The director of,
I always forget the first name. It's
no, for,
Phelps.
oh, the Porter Phelps Museum, the director of the Porter Phelps Museum?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I think that
I
would
don't
be,
know their name.
You're
I know the
talking,
woman who
Someone else.
starts it, the woman who's been doing it. I think her name is Anika Lopes.
oh,
okay.
yeah. Well, she would know who would be the right person, whether it's her or,
Or whomever would come and talk to us about it. I think that's a great idea.
yeah.
Well, she's the one who has founded the Ancestral Bridges Foundation, and she's
Okay.
part of the
Okay.
Porter Phelps Museum show event that gets put on.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
I can definitely reach out to her and see if she would want to come and talk about it.
October.
Whenever.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that's.
So that's two. I can think of other things and bring it back to you guys via email.
Okay. Anything else for okay, now, let me see. That was new business. Are we ready to move?
That was the guests.
Yeah, the guests for
Yeah.
future meeting. New business. Any other new business, or do you want to move to open agenda?
I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So open agenda?
So for the open agenda, I was going to say I would like to talk about the Christmas Irish thing you mentioned last meeting,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
and how we can go about setting that up and creating something like that.
Well, I did a little bit of research on it, and as I come to understand it, in Ireland, on January 6th, which is also celebrated as the Feast of the Epiphany, the three kings bearing gifts to the infant Jesus. In Irish homes, this date has evolved to be a way to honor the year-round contributions of women to their family and community, particularly after Christmas, which in many families, cultures, is a time when women play a major role in terms of, organizing the celebrations and preparing the food and making lists of gifts and buying the
Right.
gifts and wrapping the gifts. That isn't across all families, but
Yeah.
some families find themselves in that situation. And so in Ireland, it's a way to give women a day off to just be with each other and celebrate, the end of the Christmas season. So, and as I understand it, women do afternoon teas, go out to dinner, do spa days, go buy themselves some gifts. But also it's a time when people tend to take down their Christmas decorations too. But, so in some traditions, it's called Little Christmas, other traditions, it's called Epiphany. In Ireland, they know it as Women's Christmas. So we had talked about maybe finding a way that we could offer this as a program of the CDEI and just find a venue or find a way that we just honor women who have put together lovely celebrations for their families. That's a very long-winded way to say it, but that's as I understand it. I've never participated in an event like this, but I've always been intrigued by it.
Right. Well, I do think that is a wonderful thing, and anyone who has an idea for entertainment or arts or gatherings that
Oh,
bring
yeah.
people together in the arts for the town can apply for a grant from the Cultural Council. And that application is due October 16th.
Okay.
The grants are usually given from $100 to $600, but this would be something that you can put on. You can literally have information, flyers, and everything, and it can be a meetup spot, and it can have a small arts. You can do art projects or anything that will make a woman feel comfortable, because there's a lot of women who like the wine and paint, and that is very comfortable. Or you can do spa days like you said, but it can be definitely discussed in a broader range. But also, it is arts, something to do with art, because it's historical and it's bringing people together in a different way. And you can always apply for a grant at the Cultural Council, because it is for Hadley, and priority does go to Hadley citizens first.
Okay. Well, I can take the lead on looking for the Cultural Council grant, and maybe doing some research and seeing if we could pull something like that together. And also, anybody listening who may like to help us plan such an event should reach out to one of us. I'm Pat Rissmeyer, could reach out to me or to any of the other members, and there might be other departments in town that would like to do something. And as I said, historically, it's offered on the Feast of the Epiphany, which is, I believe, January the 11th this year. So,
Okay, not the 6th.
oh wait, I'm sorry.
I have a subject date.
Yeah, I did say it was the 6th, didn't I? Well, I'll look at the date. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Sunday, so I guess it would be either I will look into it. I don't want to.
I'm showing the 6th is a Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the 2026 calendar, so I think I was using a date from a previous year.
So it's you're saying it's January 6th, but you're not sure if that's the correct date, correct?
Well, it's whatever the date is of the Feast of the Epiphany, and that's what I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that changes year to year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Want to quick look that up? Do that.
That's okay.
All right, let me see.
Um,
Actually, it's not. I'm wrong here, because actually, I wish we could just delete this portion of the tape, because all right, Feast of the Epiphany, it's Tuesday, January 6th. It is, sorry.
Yes, Tuesday, January 6th, 2026.
That's right. So just skip everything else I said.
I wanted to ask Pat and Crystal, is there a way to make it an event that's inclusive of people who are not of Christian faith?
I think so.
I
think that's why we're doing it. So the basis is people of the Irish culture. But since we are diversity, equity, and inclusion, maybe we can include other cultures and women, and praise them for the things that they've done throughout the season.
Right.
Maybe it can be something bigger than just that.
That's what I was thinking, because you've got Christmas, and then you've got Hanukkah, and there's Kwanzaa,
right,
and there's the solstice, the New Year. So every woman I know is super busy,
right,
and at one or all or some of all those things.
Right.
And I don't know if we would call it then Women's Christmas or Irish Christmas or Little Christmas.
Right. Okay.
But we could say
we could figure out something else to call it.
That
right. Yeah. The basis would be the homage to the Irish Christmas, Irish Feast of Epiphany, but we would expand on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'll do a little bit more research and
Yeah.
circle back. How does that
Thank
sound?
you. That will be excellent.
I was just checking, yeah, Hanukkah's early, so, but it's a busy time.
Okay,
Oh, that sounds fun.
it would, yes, fun is good, right?
Bringing people together with joy and art and music and food and light. It's always good.
And that's why I said it's entertainment, it's art. So this fits into the Cultural Council grant.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, anything else for the open agenda?
We can discuss, I guess, Hadley Flag Day maybe next month.
What is it? Hadley what day?
Flag Day. Oh, what is it? Hadley. Um, I keep calling it Hadley Flag Day.
Oh, the World's Fair, the Hadley World's Fair.
World's Fair. World's Fair. Yes.
Want me to
I guess
put-
we could talk about that next month.
Yeah, it's not too early. I
Yeah,
can
we
put
still
that.
have plenty of months to do that. It's
Yeah.
just that, once again, you guys can apply for a grant for the fair as well. And Friday at the senior center, members of the Cultural Council will be there at 1 p.m. to show people how to access the portal on the Massachusetts Cultural Council, to show them exactly the titles and options they have to be able to find the category they fit under, the extended dates or the dates that are not extended. It's just a lot of information that's going to be explained about the Massachusetts Cultural Council and the Hadley Local Cultural Council, because a person can get a grant from the Massachusetts as well as the Hadley Local Council.
Okay.
And when will this be
Understand?
explained?
This is going to be 1 o'clock, Friday, the 26th.
All right, September.
September
did-
26th, 1 p.m. at the senior center.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. Oh, okay.
I'm going to hand out some flyers to schools and so forth, just to let them know, because we had one on Monday, but I don't think it was advertised enough. So we didn't have anybody come, but I think people should really come to this one, because there are schools that can use this grant. There's libraries, everyone can use this. It's part of arts and entertainment, sciences, gatherings, so you can apply for it.
Okay. 1 p.m. on the 26th of September.
Yes.
Right, senior center.
Correct.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anything?
I'm just wondering, are we in touch with Renew and John? Do we know?
So Renew emailed me and she said John's mother is sick and they're on their way to Boston and they wouldn't be able to come. I do not know if they've been sworn in yet. She didn't mention that. She did say she had to see them on Wednesday, but she has not responded to the fact of whether or not they have been sworn in yet.
Okay.
So I will keep in touch with her throughout the time before next month to see if she'll be able to become a member, her and her husband, John.
Great. And when you find that out, if you can pass me their emails, then I can, send the agenda.
When I find out once they are, members, I will pass the email out to all of the members.
Perfect.
Sounds great.
That's good. Only other thing I wanted to mention, you can see on the agenda that I did reach out to Violet about getting dates reserved for next
Mhm.
year, and so I did it.
Excellent work.
I thought, why wait?
Love it.
Right.
Yeah. And I looked up all the dates. They didn't seem to be any odd ones. Juneteenth is not one of those dates, for
Good.
example.
That's great.
So that,
Right.
So we're booked through December 2026.
Right.
we are
That's great.
booked through. Yeah.
Okay.
Closing reflections.
I just want to say thank you guys for running the meeting and helping me today. And I appreciate everyone. And I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
My reflection, I shared this with Pat a little bit. I just got back from a trip where it was at Niagara Falls, and Pat was saying that she used to live in Buffalo. So, and I was not only moved by the beauty of the waterfalls, but all the other tourists there, and it wasn't super crowded, was crowded, but not like the summer. There were people clearly from all over the planet. I could hear languages I didn't know what it is. I saw women in saris. I saw people in colorful outfits from African nations. I saw, Asian. I was very moved that everybody was there to see something beautiful. It
Yeah.
just felt this is a good world.
Nice.
And in Niagara Falls, there are many there are many plaques about notable like positive things with the Underground Railroad. And you would know all this too. And there was a sign about how the state park at Niagara Falls is called Goat Island.
Yeah.
And they had a plaque about how here is where the very first same-sex wedding, once it was legalized, was held here. There were just inclusive signs of different things in the city that felt good, and it was just beautiful. The waterfalls are just gorgeous. Everybody's taking pictures and smiling. I thought that would be a nice reflection.
It is.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Joanne.
I am glad I did too. But we went to Crystal. It was a business trip, but we went a whole day early so that we could, be tourists not working.
Oh, wow. That was excellent. That was a great idea.
It was so smart. It was so
That was a
smart.
great idea.
And
Great.
we had opportunity. So we flew out there on Tuesday, and all Wednesday we got to all day. Here's the morning, and here's the rainbows, and here's the
Yeah.
middle of the day, and here's
That's nice.
and then later we didn't leave till Sunday, but we had chances 2 or 3 other times to go and see. Like they had a helium balloon ride where you get to watch fireworks over the falls. We did that.
Wow.
And then we did the Maid of the Mist with the group. There's the whole 80 people in the group. Let's do the Maid of the Mist. That was another night. And then the day that was over, we had time to kill before catching the flight. So I enjoyed that. I got to taste it several times while we were there. We want to go again. It's
Of course. Yes.
not that far away.
No, and now you can fly right into Buffalo from Hartford, right?
No,
You
I
can?
hope no.
All right, no, you can't. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm making too many mistakes here.
You just heard that was the case.
No.
We had to fly to DC and then up to Buffalo,
Oh.
and then on the way back DC to Philly, and then,
Okay.
but they're short flights
Okay, all right.
still. And we looked into train, and the train, we'd have to go to New York and then go up, so.
Well, I'm glad
But
you enjoyed yourself, and I'm glad you're looking forward to going back again. That's awesome.
Well, it is a place that draws people internationally.
Yeah.
And
I see.
it's it's so powerful, right? The power of the falls is amazing.
Yeah. And of course, I had forgotten when I was packing that, the other side is another country. It's Canada. So you've got people, of course, it's international and that, yeah.
And
so
it's an iconic landmark, Everyone wants to go there.
It's gorgeous.
Everyone.
And it powers all of New York City and Washington DC, I heard.
Yes.
There's a lot of electricity coming out of there.
Mhm.
Yep. Anyway.
All right, the next item is adjournment. Are we ready to adjourn?
Yes, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Okay.
All in
Joanne,
favor, aye. Yes.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.